But then if there's another team that works differently and you're hanging back and you're like, oh my God, I can't even give my experience to these people because someone else is stepping in and making it feel really uncomfortable.
That's exactly how
And
I
there's
felt.
no right or wrong way to do it, but it's like you said, just knowing who you're hiring and having those conversations.
Yeah, and I'd say too, like, to go even further is find out what the style of that person is and don't ask them to do something different, because if you want them to do something different, you need to hire somebody different.
Yeah.
Because we are artists, and I'm sure that we are very passionate and excited about how we document certain things. So if you ask us to, let's just say it's a photographer who's light and airy, don't ask them to edit dark and moody.
No.
Don't do that. It's the same concept for video. If you like candid, hire someone that loves making candid videos. If you love the cinematic, slow motion, find a videographer that does that exactly.
Right.
Don't ask somebody to do something different than what they're good at.
Right.
Absolutely not.
I'm kind of curious, and it kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier. Like, I look at your businesses, and if you go to your Instagram feeds or your websites, like, you guys have done a really good job kind of creating an aesthetic, a vibe, a feeling, which is gorgeous, and that is what people hire you for, I'm sure. But do you see that being like an issue? Like, do you see that, and how Instagram has kind of changed the way people are shopping for photographers? Does that make sense? Like, like, what are the challenges, I suppose, that like Instagram has kind of created?
So many. Hot topic.
Hot take.
Yeah. Abby's like, I got a lot to say about this.
Go for it.
I will say the one thing, and I know, Nikki, you have a lot too, but the one thing that we both do right now is we're like limiting our weddings. Right now, we're both, because we're doing Savvy as well, we're only taking 15 a year each. And so it's important for us to kind of work with people that we're excited to work with and weave out the jobs, because we're getting more than 15 inquiries a year, obviously. So for us, when I'm listening to a bride and the first thing they're saying is like, I love the way your photos feel. I love that. I wanted to be at that party. It looked, those are the things that I'm hearing. And I'm like, okay, this person is on my wavelength. Yeah. I appreciate what they're into. If someone calls and they're like, I just want this really warm, like yummy editing style, I'm like, oh God. You know what I mean? It's like red flag, because it's just exactly what you said. To a normal eye and an untrained eye, all they're seeing is like, oh, that's pretty, I want it. And then when you get there and you're disconnected with them on your art, but also just on a personality level, which is so important when you're working a wedding. Yes. So many things like that, I think. Instagram.
We have like trigger words now where it's like when we're on that phone call, we're instantly like, okay, I don't know that this is necessarily somebody who's, again, just going to enjoy their day and have fun and be a bride. I think this is going to be like, I'm trying to get the next picture on Pinterest to go viral. And like, we could not be
I'm doing a champagne tower. I'm doing 3 dresses, 3 cakes, 3 McDonald's.
If they say that on the first call, then that's not exactly.
But what I will say is there's tons of photographers and I'm sure planners that would love that.
Absolutely.
And that's not to shit on that. It's just that for us, it's become the intention behind photo and video has become so vain in a way, which is funny because it literally is what it is, right?
Photos,
But I think like if you can find someone to work with who's looking for a memory more so than to be on the cover of whatever, styled whatever magazine, then that's who we're personally looking for. And so, but with Instagram, it's tricky because the other thing I will say, and Allie, I'd be really curious to hear if you agree with this. We have been getting like bundles of brides who are catfishing us with the words, I'm laid back, I'm chill.
Laid back in luxury?
I don't
fucking
need,
hear that all the time.
I don't give a shit about posed photos. I just want to go and I want to have fun. And then we get there and it is type A to the T. Are you noticing that at all?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's like they know how to market themselves.
Well, that's
to
what
you
we're saying.
Or
we
something
think
like
they
that. They're
know
like reading
us.
Because it's trending right now to be like a chill,
the cool bride, the chillzilla or whatever.
Chillzilla.
For sure. And I think that there is just a little bit of that where I try to give people grace in the sense that they've been so cool the whole planning process, and on the day they're like a nightmare or something. But it's like, it's just stressful. There's a million other factors happening there, for sure. But I wonder if that is the case, that they're trying to fit themselves into a box of being this certain type of bride or couple,
or they really want to work with us and they
really,
think they have to be saying
yourself.
all the stuff that we need to check off. I don't know.
But you're doing yourself as a bride a disservice in that way, because we're not going to feel connected to you in the same way, and we can't just pull, I mean, we do our best, like, but we can't just pull, you know, great work out of our ass. The way that it's like collaborative, right?
Yeah.
If you want a documentary style of photos, and which is popping right now, and that's what's trending, is standing back and just shooting, you know, them walking from table to table and they're having fun and they're laughing together.
Yeah.
If that's not your personality and you're stuck in a room like complaining and fixing your hair because you're stressed out, you're not going to end up with those photos. So maybe you would have been better served with a photographer who kind of knew your personality type a little bit more authentically.
Yeah.
And that, you know, works a different way. So it is maybe more styled and more posed or whatever it is. So I don't know. Does that make sense?
No, it totally makes sense. And I think personality is a huge piece. Like, your photographer is the person that is going to be literally in your face all day.
All day.
So
more than anyone else, more than your planner. You're
know.
never going to see your caterer. You're never going to talk to your florist. Like, all those other people, like, yes, you should like their work, but really at the end of the day, personality doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think finding someone that you vibe with photography, videography, planning a bit too, but that's like so important. And also just knowing from the vendor perspective, no matter what kind of vendor you are, that you're not the right fit for everybody, right? Like you guys have done a good job kind of creating your niche. I've done that with Pop the Champagne. Like, we have kind of a niche of a couple that we work with. And again, there's no right or wrong, but know what that is and know what, if that's the picture that you see on Instagram, what does it take to achieve that? Maybe it's doing the first look 4 times because it's so perfect and gorgeous.
If that's what you want, then
Totally.
Right.
There's
it's
no
the
wrong answer.
the drone shots and the, you know, slow-mo and the all these different things. Whatever, it's okay that you want that, but
it's not actually. It's not. It's not.
I think if you tie the advice back to the bride, I think the best like bottom line is be yourself on these like initial calls and emails and stuff, because you're gonna find a vendor that's excited to work with you. And you don't want to work with someone, even if you think that's your dream photographer. I could tell you right now that Nikki has like this huge fan base because her following is so giant. And no, but seriously, but how many times?
So giant.
So giant.
I'm just like,
I can't take compliments.
But you know what I mean? No, truly. And so she'll have people who are like, I don't care what my wedding looks like, who's there, anything else. I just know I want you as my photographer because they're so obsessed with her. And that's great and all. But then if she then finds out like, okay, I don't connect with these people at all, the experience just isn't the same. And they're not going to get the Nicole Kirshner, you know, experience in photos that they're wanting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What about engagement shoots, and can that help with that? Right? Like, as a little bit of a practice and getting comfortable and you guys getting to know each other. I mean, we say that that's like a great reason to do an engagement shoot. Kyle does engagement video, which
oh, that's cool. I
really
love
cool,
that.
especially video, because video, I mean, all of it, like these are most humans are not models, and it's all going to feel a little uncomfortable. So do you feel like that can help?
It can definitely help, but regardless, if you don't have that connection right off the bat, and then you meet them at the engagement session and you still don't have that connection, it's just not going to all of a sudden.
A couple?
No, but we don't. There's been times in the past where, I mean, we talk on the phone like for hours and I'm like, what do I do? I can't do this, right? Like, oh my God. No, and we do our best because, again, at the end of the day, we're never going to serve somebody less than, because we want them to know that no matter what their experience with us, we're going to do everything we can to make it a good experience. Yeah. Like, I don't care if you're not my traditional bride, or if you're not, like, again, if we don't have a connection, I'm still going to do my best to make sure that you're happy at the end of the day. Totally. So to us, like, yes, of course, we love the engagement session. I always try to say the same thing. Like, if you're, I guess, like, especially for guys, like, if your significant other is not like comfortable with if the camera, and like you really want to make it a little bit easier, getting to know us on that level and really being able to be chill, relaxed, have a shot before the session, whatever, you know, like, to totally get to know each other on that level, it definitely 100% can make a difference. Yeah. 1000%. But the thing is if the connection's not there to begin with, then like,
it's like forcing after a first date.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when you slid into her DMs, if it hadn't gone so well, Abby, you hadn't got her so liquored up
here
after
we
that.
are, so
clearly
pretty
that
sure
connection,
I did okay.
That connection was there.
Yeah, we're still here.
Well, yeah. Well, anyone who's gone on a bad first date though knows that you can't force it.
No, right.
But
It's not
there
gonna
is
happen.
like
It's the
an
same
art of
thing.
it too, because 9 times out of 10, not to dog on the guys, but like ladies, if your man or your husband or your fiance is like not down with the photo process, especially for your wedding, like he didn't give a shit who you hired, you did everything. An engagement session is such a good thing to like fight for with him, because especially I know that with our vibe, we focus hard on that. Whoever is not into us the most is getting all our love. Like we're gonna play all the music you like. We're gonna fuck with you the hardest. We're gonna like try to get you laughing. Somehow we're gonna get in there and we will make you love us.
So
exactly
then
the way
he's
Nicole
best friends with
was.
us.
Yes.
On the day of, yeah.
So then on the day of
Turns
the wedding,
into a
they're
little
more
bit
excited.
of a reverse psychology
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
where we're over here like, well, I don't really
Yeah.
like you, but you're gonna love me.
Yeah.
You're gonna love me.
Yeah. Well, and it's important, right? Because a lot of times you show up to the wedding and like the guys might be having fun, or even same thing with the girls. They're like all hanging out, having fun. The second photo gets in there, which I totally understand that these cameras are on, and I'm like, huh, you know what I mean? You just feel like your whole body tighten a little bit. If they already have that vibe with you and they're like, she's chill, she's one of us, she's a friend, she's like, you know what I mean? She's bringing the vibes, she's bringing alcohol, she's bringing music, all the things. It's like, it's you're not going to get that same like tensity. So I think it's important. I think engagement sessions are huge.
Yeah.
And I've seen you guys work, and like Kyle calls himself a hype videographer. Like that's what he does. And like you guys are the same way. Like, you know, I think vendors should be like your hype people throughout your day. Like I'm a hype planner. Like I'll be the one that's like, you look fucking great. Your tits look amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen more beautiful titties in my life. Yes. Like,
You know,
that's what you want though.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
which one I
It
heard
makes
that
such a
works every
difference.
time that you can all have is you look expensive.
Yeah.
That will hype them up. So yeah.
They'll appreciate
The
that.
hype
Yeah.
queen.
Use it next time. Just watch the shift change.
Expensive.
Yeah, she'll stand
Wow,
up.
you
she'll
blinked
sit
at
up.
me?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good cue. Okay, so you guys are doing specifically, like, is it a posing course with Savvy? Or, like, how does that, I mean, obviously you're educating photographers, but how do you feel like that ties into your work when you're shooting a wedding as well?
Well, we just launched it, so that was very exciting. It was like
It's like I did research and I'm plugging you.
I know. It was honestly, though, the scariest thing for us because we were on the other side. We were being filmed the entire time. So for us, like all of this, we got like, whoo, this is what it feels like, right? We're like, okay. Yeah.
Is this slightly
A little
uncomfortable?
scary. Yeah. But essentially it's just a course where we basically we really want our couples to feel that comfortability. We want to be able to do storytelling. We want to be able to share their story as much as possible. And so it's kind of like letting photographers in, seeing that whole entire process. We go through the backgrounds of talking from the very beginning, kind of like what we talked about with you guys, the start to finish approach and everything. But they also get to come and watch us like shoot, which is what every photographer wants to do, is they want to see you shoot, right?
Yeah.
So we just have a ton of sessions in there where it's like start to finish of an entire session, so they can see what it's like when the session is hard and what to do in that situation, and when it's easy, right? And like what you get to do if you really feel inspired. So, but yeah, it was really exciting. It was just like scary doing it because it was like, it was a huge thing. It was probably the biggest thing that we've done yet for our business.
Our biggest motivator was exactly what you said. Instagram and Pinterest and all these things has totally changed the industry so much. And a lot of photographers or creatives who are just starting out, they're young, they're not really sure like what their creativity means to them yet, or they're figuring out their style. And they're looking on Instagram and they're screenshotting all these photos, and then they're taking them to their sessions and they're like, I want to recreate this. And we just want to pull people away from that and start focusing on like, how do you create moments where people can look and feel beautiful and feel like themselves and have fun and like have this amazing experience, and then take top tier photos that are going to set you apart from everyone else without bringing a sheet of Pinterest or Instagram photos with you.
and showing it to the couple.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No.
Which
Like,
is
when we
hard. Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah.
I think
So-
it's hard, but it's also like I don't know. I learned video through YouTube, and I mimicked. You know what I mean? Like, I
Totally.
just mimicked fucking everyone of like, oh, this looks cool. I want to try this, and I started trying this. This one looked cool, so I would try this one. And as I kept trying different things, I figured out of like, oh, I actually like this.
Right.
Better.
Way over here more. This
Right.
is more fun. Still cool, but I like this one more.
Right.
You know, so I think just playing devil's advocate of like, I think having a guide of some, you know, your guide, or even if it was Pinterest, that is that new photographer's
Totally.
guide in a sense. But I do think I love the direction of what the workshop stands for though, versus just like this looks cool. I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I only want to do this.
And still look at that inspiration and use
Yes,
it and pull like energy and vibes from it. Like, I want to create something that feels this way. This makes me feel fun and cool and like vibey. I want to go create something like that.
Yeah.
But
without
not going and finding where did they get that
T.
on Amazon? I'm gonna find
Right.
this one,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna
No.
have him hold her here. Okay, wait, your arm's a little off. You know what I mean? It's more that because
inspiration versus copying.
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also knowing that that's a photo shoot and not a wedding day.
Right. Well, and remembering that you're working for people and you're trying to provide a memory, not a random photo in a cowgirl hat that they're going to forget about in 5 minutes. It's not going to mean anything to them in a few years.
With cowboy hats.
I love
what
it.
I've learned.
No,
This is what I've learned on today's
just
podcast.
use these like trendy words. I love a cowgirl hat. Wear them. They make my photos look so cute. It's my favorite. But it just comes to mind. But you know what I'm saying?
It's very, the disco balls, it's all very on trend.
Whatever
at that
you're
moment.
doing for your wedding that is like not personal to you, but you're doing it because it looks cute, go for it and do that. We love those photos too. It's really fun. But the heart of your work as a photographer is going to be when you're able to pull them out of the moment and into themselves and each other and that kind of stuff. So that's what we try to teach.
Yeah, for sure.
Reminds us of what we say about cake cuttings. They suck.
That we hate them.
Yeah, they suck.
Also, they don't
What
have
do we
to
say,
be
that we
so
hate them?
staged.
Yeah, we hate them. We hate them. Like any trends that are happening. I think the last time we talked about it, we said just fucking elope and don't have a wedding.
Well, if you're...
Yes.
Yeah.
Would have loved that.
The wedding planning podcast that tells you not to have a wedding.
Bye, Allie.
Bye.
See you later.
Not doing traditions for tradition's sake, right?
Exactly.
And I think, I see like all of it. I can totally get behind like leaning into a trend and being like, your wedding doesn't have to be timeless and classic and whatever. Like, who cares? It's 2023 and you love fucking disco balls. Do it. It's all
but
good.
don't let that be the heart behind your whole day.
Exactly. Yeah. And really at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I feel like that photo with you and your grandma, like after she passed, like those are the things that are going to be passed down from generation to generation. Like your grandkid is not going to be like, look at mom and her cowgirl hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and also if you're more worried about, did I get a photo with the disco ball and the cowgirl hat and this floral installation and this other thing over here, you're not in the moment. And so you're not going to get the photos that are important to you that you're going to love.
It just feels so like staged and it doesn't feel authentic. You know, it's like, let's hit this section, this section, this section. And then you're looking back at those pictures and it's not like, wow, those photos made me feel. It's more like, that was the photo I wanted, right? And it's like, cool, great, you got that picture, and what are you going to do?
I'm exhausted from my photo shoot. I don't want to go dance.
I think that's the key word is like authenticity. And whatever that means to you is fine.
Yeah.
Right. We always just say like, you want to look back at your photos and be like, that's the memory I have with my husband. Yeah. That's the memory I have. And that's the feeling that I felt. And like, I remember that. Yes. Not like, what was that trend and what was I doing back then? Right?
Why did I care so much about that welcome table?
Right.
Why did I put so much energy into that? Yeah.
But you better believe if we ever host another workshop or any wedding or anything like that, it's going to be decked out with all the latest trends.
Oh, yeah. We will have all the trends.
Yes. But the reason that the photos will be bomb is because we're just going to, that's just the background. And we're going to put the couple in it and make them just look like they're having the time of their lives and like they're connected and they're in love and try to show as much of their genuine personality as possible. So it's like add it on as like what it's meant to be, decor, and let like their relationship shine.
Yeah. I love that.
I think connecting it back to just it's you're getting married for a particular reason because of the person you love. Right. And I think from a video perspective, the moments I remember and the ones I get choked up about or I like are ingrained in my head, and when it's just the couple and like, I don't know, I'll put a song, I'll be like, hey, go over there and just go dance for like 2 minutes.
Thing. Yeah. I'm
not going to tell them what to do. I'm just like, just go dance. Here's a song. Here's a, here you go.
Love that.
Those moments, I'm like, sorry, your highlight video was great, but the most special moment that I captured was just you two, just
being
by yourself.
Yeah.
So I think if you, as the couples, can just remember why you're getting married, and you want a photographer, you want a videographer to capture you two. Don't forget to just have moments of you two. Yeah.
Wow,
nice.
so sweet.
So sweet.
Oh, thanks.
Or just fucking elope.
Yeah,
you know,
literally.
weddings are hard.
Yeah.
This room's getting too sweet for us. We gotta go.
Right?
Like, can't do this anymore.
Let's end on, do you have a wedding horror story to share?
Oh.
We like
Each
an
of you.
occasional horror
Each of you,
story.
yeah.
Oh my God, wait, you're going to have to put us on the
wedding
spot like that? I was
horror.
like, damn, there's got to be a lot of those things somewhere.
I gave you one from this
The
past
vault.
Sunday. There you go.
Wait, what was it?
Oh, the one where the bride just didn't.
Oh, that's right.
Like, to me,
was
it just
being-
didn't seem
That's
like
right.
they liked
That's
any of
right.
the photographers.
That's
yeah,
right.
it is a nightmare. I don't want the couple to be unhappy, and I'm like, how am I going to document the day if you're just
Yeah.
annoyed?
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like showing up getting hired morning of is also a little bit of a nightmare story. Kyle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it
that
is.
would, at least from a vendor perspective.
Yeah,
it's
that
like,
Honestly,
would
I
terrify
would hate
me.
that.
I just bought a house, so I'll take
Yeah,
all the
that-
money I can
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
So-
You're like, I got this, guys.
I got a last minute
Help me
booking.
out.
I'll take it.
I'm showing up.
Okay.
I'm showing up.
I don't know about like horror. I have a couple that come to mind, but one that was the most cringeworthy for sure. My couple, I've said this before
I
on
know
our
this.
podcast. My couple is at the altar. Ceremony is going down. It's the middle to end. They're ready to exchange rings. They look over the ring bearer. They're like, where are the rings? They're in my fucking fanny pack.
Yours?
And I was like, no. And the bride looks out and she's like, Abbi! And I'm like,
Calm
my
down.
dagger to my heart. But luckily they were really cool and she was laughing about it. And they were like,
Yeah.
we're just glad you're a part of our day now. It's like a funny memory we'll have. But I
Oh.
was dying inside. Dying.
Oh yeah, that's like We've all seen that. No, now I'm like so psycho about the processional when I'm lining everybody up. I'm like, do you have the rings? No, let me see them with my eyeballs because I don't believe that they're there.
Yeah.
I've had to run back in the middle of a ceremony because the best man left them like in the suite.
Oh, yeah,
and they were
for
literally
sure.
like, Allie, go, and I'm like, the hotel.
Where are
was
they?
Like, yeah, it was horrible.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
But that's
Jeez.
funny. It
So
was in your, at least
cringe.
it was in your fanny pack.
Yeah, at
and
least
not
it was close
somewhere
by.
else.
It was
No,
close
it was
by.
like a situation where someone was like, "Oh, can you bring these to the ceremony?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, no problem." And then they never collected it. And I
Yeah, no problem. I just got at least 20 grand in my pocket.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
But being called out, like being called
I
out,
know,
that's the
so
ultimate.
Everyone's heads turn, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go die now.
So
That's
cute.
fine.
I
Yeah,
actually love
okay.
that. That's funny.
I probably would have just played it off. People like, I told you I had them. All right.
Yeah.
Talked about this.
Yeah.
Awful.
What about you?
Honestly, nothing comes to mind like intense or anything like that. I think the worst thing that's happened to me at a wedding was right after the bride and groom first kiss, said their ideas. They're literally like right as the kiss is happening, my camera completely malfunctions and breaks.
Oh my God.
So again, what do you do in a situation like that, right? So like that's like again like just one of those moments where it's like you're kidding. Of all the times, of all the moments, of everything, like completely malfunction, break, done. Like
That's a horror
error,
story.
everything. And I'm literally like looking at my husband like, I need to go see if I got that shot. I need to go inside.
Yeah,
we need to go
yeah.
make sure everything. But again, like because we have backups, because we have another person there, because we had all that, we were fine. But it was just one of those moments where I was like pit in my stomach, like, oh shit, did I just like literally ruin the biggest
Yep.
one
At the kiss.
You were hired for this one moment.
one moment, and I literally about to let you down, bro.
But really, it was that
The
one shot
thing,
that we wanted.
I know. And I was
Well,
like, oh
and
my
not
God,
only
oh
that,
my
but then
God.
having to not let your energy show. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
like,
can't.
And I literally
I'm
was
not
like
freaking
to my
out.
husband, I was like,
Yeah.
I need to go in the back room. I don't know what was the reason. I had my laptop there that one time, like the one time, and I was like, I need to make sure that photo is
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
He was
Like,
panicking the whole time,
yeah,
like, all day.
yeah, the whole entire time after that. But
Wait,
also
was
like
it there though?
it was.
Okay, good.
We're all good.
All right, cool.
But still, I was like,
I had to know.
yeah, I got
To
that one
apologize to that
shot.
couple now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this opportunity,
Yeah.
YouTube.
No, thankfully this was like a couple years ago. But still, it's like I still to this day remember that. It's like in pure horror.
Shit happens.
I know.
happens.
And
Yeah.
like again, it's just like really of all the times
Yeah.
and all the moments.
We are humans, though. Things happen.
Things happen. So
Oh, that's crazy. Okay,
Scary.
well, tell our fabulous listeners and viewers.
At that camera.
Look at the camera and tell. Although everybody knows Nikki because she's so famous. So you don't need to plug, but Abbi.
oh yeah.
Forget Nikki. She has enough.
Okay, wait. Big day. Abbi hit 10,000 last night.
Say Abbi.
Last night.
Wait, listen, hold on.
Also Insta famous,
No,
so
hold
don't
on.
let this bitch fool you.
No. Listen, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been on Instagram since I was posting like my Justin Bieber, like, fan pics back in the day. Literally, that's where it started if you scroll back. But I just have never taken care of it. And I joke with Nikki, my account for over 5 years has been at 9999.
Oh my
And it
And it
just
will,
goes
like, go up and
So I
down.
hit 10K last night, and it happens all the time. And then it'll go back down. And I sent her a picture and I was like, celebrate, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, a
we
memory.
made it.
Yeah, a moment we'll always remember. R.I.P. to the 10K. I'm sure it's back
especially
now.
when like
I'm sure it
Well,
is.
just wait till
I'm
after
sure
this
I haven't
podcast.
looked.
Yeah.
I haven't looked
I was
yet.
You're
gonna
gonna
say,
be at
We're
11K.
yeah.
Like
Exponential growth.
Quick,
It's
think of
happening.
something that we could say to go
Yeah.
viral.
Well,
Yeah.
the hardest part too is that like Savvy surpassed Abby.
Yeah,
So
pretty quick.
Oh,
But you know
dang.
what?
You need more Justin Bieber pics.
Yeah,
I think so.
Maybe
Maybe that's
shift my
it.
focus.
Maybe you.
No, I'm just not an Instagram girly. I'm not. But you can find us at Savvy the Workshop on everything. Instagram, TikTok, our website, all that stuff. We have tons of goodies for photographers. And if you're a bride, I'm at Abbi Cooley, ABBICOOLEY.
and I'm at Nicole Kirshner Photography.
Yep.
And yeah, exciting. Thanks
Yeah.
for having
Yeah.
So
Thanks for
hire all
coming
of us
again.
as a team.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
God. Can you
That'd be a
imagine?
fun team.
Oh
Wait,
my
we
God.
would literally have so
That'd
much
be
Yeah.
super
fun.
fun.
Do you even still like show up to weddings?
Right.
I'm like, you've got your whole ass team and shit. Like, I'm like,
No, I'm working all the fucking time. Do you even show? No, I'm just
she's like, I just have my people.
Just like this podcast.
Yeah,
I just show.
just show
She's
up.
a legend. I hear
Just
her
gonna take
Valley,
the
but
mic
I
away
never
from her.
see her in the
She doesn't
field.
need the mic
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
I know. I literally like. I hate not having the microphone.
She's like, hey.
She's like, it's my
At the beginning
time.
of this episode, she was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like on top of
I
you.
saw her being like,
Hand it over.
Kyle!
Hand it over.
Thank you. We'll see you next Tuesday.
bye.
peace.